Hi guys, it's Ollie here at Relentless Comics. Today on MCU Power Ratings, I cover the super soldier and American Idol known as Captain America. I am covering his base version in this video, and I will talk about his feats from the MCU films, ranging from Captain America First Avenger all the way to Captain America Civil War, as his power level within this period was quite constant, and I believe it's a good baseline for Captain America. With this being said, let's get straight into the video. Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, is a brave and mild-mannered young soldier. Steve was always deemed medically unfit for service for many health reasons. Steve wanted to always defend his country and other people he cared for. Eventually, he was approached by Dr. Erskine and underwent a series of experiments for the US military super soldier program and became the perfect super soldier. Erskine developed the super soldier serum and explained to Steve how the serum works and why exactly he chose Steve specifically for the program. The formula, as explained by Erskine himself, is created to enhance everything that is inside, so good becomes great and bad becomes worse. This is why it's very important for the scientist to choose someone who's inherently good, like Steve. Despite him being physically weaker, the serum can physically enhance him and transform him and make him strong, but it can't change a person's heart. Intelligence. So, first of all, if Steve Rogers never bothered to try and enlist in the army, Captain America would never have been born. Instead, the world would have only known the Red Skull. As we know, he is essentially an evil version of Captain America. Steve knew he was able to become the soldier the world needed. He never wanted to be a hero, he just wanted to serve his country and become a worthy man. When Bucky and the Howling Commandos, for example, were captured by the Red Skull's forces and locked up 30 miles behind heavily fortified enemy lines, Steve decided to launch a one-man rescue mission. He planned this all himself. Not only was he successful, he finally got to meet the infamous evil Red Skull. This took incredible planning, and he managed to do this almost instantaneously. Where he is not necessarily a genius by intellect, he is a master tactician, which makes him an incredible leader and asset to a team or even just himself. After battle with the Red Skull, Steve was forced with a grueling decision: either crash the Red Skull's plane into the ice, ending his life, or watch as its weaponry destroyed New York City. In doing so, he'd have to give up the one thing he held most dear in the world, a life with his true love, Peggy Carter. At the end of it all, he made the ultimate sacrifice. So with this being said, let's reveal his intelligence rating. "71. Without doubt, he is a smart individual. However, he has the mentality of a man who lived in the 1940s, so adjusting to modern life is difficult. If this category was his strategic or tactical ability, then there are very few, if any, characters in the MCU who can challenge him, and he would be rated in the 90s for sure. However, his intellect is only 71, which is still quite high, but the reason for this is he often makes stubborn and selfish choices for the protection of his loved ones. Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, is a prime example of this, and I shall be covering this further in this video. However, without doubt, Captain America still believes he is doing the right thing, even if we know as the audience he is not. Strength. Cap's strength. During his USO tours, he was able to lift a motorcycle frame with 3 showgirls sitting on top without any strain. Their total weight is around 600 pounds, and he did this with a single arm, and it seemed like he did it with very little effort, so we can be confident saying he can lift around 1 ton with maximum effort. After waking 70 years later from being frozen in ice, he faced 2 highly trained SHIELD agents, as he knew something was not right and as a result, they had a fight and he easily threw them both through a wall before emerging in the 21st century. Nick Fury was obviously trying to ease him back into society for his own safety, along with the potential safety of the public. Another example of his strength is during Captain America Civil War, where he soundly embarrassed a young and naive Spider-Man during a one-on-one battle, albeit neither was trying to really harm the other, as they were having a little joke throughout the encounter. But with this being said, let's reveal his strength rating. There we have it, 67. At the end of the day, he is a super soldier. He can lift the weight to that of 4 or 5 average men, and without doubt packs a punch. His highly enhanced strength in combination with his other attributes make him a very formidable force for anyone, even if he is physically outmatched. Speed. When sprinting, Steve can easily surpass 40 miles per hour. He can even keep up with a speeding car and overtake speeding cars that are going over 50 miles an hour, as we have seen in the Civil War chase scene between himself, Black Panther, and the Winter Soldier. Sam Wilson, the Falcon, stated that Rogers ran 13 miles in 30 minutes after their warm-up jogging, which is absolutely mind-blowing. He would have been running around 26.1 miles an hour for the equivalent distance of a half marathon. Putting this into context, Usain Bolt, the fastest man alive, ran 28 miles an hour during his 100-metre sprint world record. Further to this, Cap's movement, his reflexes and his fighting speed are slightly quicker than that of the Red Skull, as seen in Captain America First Avenger. However, there is virtually no physical difference between the two, which makes them, almost equals. However, it's just their personalities that split them and create this immense rivalry between them. With the above points being mentioned, let's reveal his speed rating. "68. It's difficult to make his speed much faster, as he is unable to fly, swing or teleport like other characters. However, during close quarters, his fighting speed is extremely quick, and much like his tactical ability mentioned in the intelligence attribute, this would be in the 90s as well. Now, moving on to fighting skills. Now, this attribute is clearly going to be his strongest attribute. Putting it simply, he is a master martial artist. Cap is a master in virtually all arts of combat. This includes boxing, taekwondo, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, judo, kickboxing, karate, wrestling, and even more. Steve soundly defeated Batroc in hand-to-hand combat without his shield. Cap was also able to defeat Iron Man in hand-to-hand combat, even though we know he did have help from Bucky, the Winter Soldier. Another example where he had to use highly advanced fighting skills, but when he was surrounded by a dozen professionally trained men, all trained by the best organisation in the world. He was in a small, confined space, while each of them were equipped with tasers and items ready to kill Rogers. Steve still managed to defeat them all without a single injury. And yes, I am talking about the infamous lift scene. With this being said, let's reveal his fighting skills. 93. Without doubt, like I say, this is his strongest attribute. Combining his tactical ability and fighting skills, we see why he really is the perfect super soldier. Durability. Cap is seen to withstand a point-blank explosion from a Chitauri bomb. In the Avengers movie, when going after both Iron Man and Thor, Cap has used his shield to jump out of a plane without a parachute, and he used his shield to break his fall without any noticeable injuries. In a similar way, in Civil War, when Cap fell numerous flights of floors at the Triskelion, he used the shield to also break his fall, although we noticed he suffered very minor injuries, but he recovered almost instantly, as if he was only slightly winded, which, given the speed that he fell, this is understandable. Again, during Civil War, when fighting against Iron Man, he was able to withstand blasts from Iron Man's Mark 46 suit, which has very advanced weaponry designed by Tony Stark. And during this time, Tony was not holding back at all, as he wanted to kill the Winter Soldier for the death of his parents. Although this particular suit is not Tony's most powerful, it could definitely maim or kill Cap if he was caught off guard and didn't have his shield or his whereabouts. We have seen Captain America take hits from other powerful heroes as well. This includes characters like Thor. Equally, we have seen villains attack Captain America with much more power than himself. This includes Loki and even Ultron. Cap often defended himself by using his shield to absorb many potentially deadly attacks. Now, taking the above mentioned feats into consideration, let's find out his durability rating. 72. This may be an attribute which is very underrated by most. However, not only is he tough and never gives up, he has one of the best defensive weapons in the universe. His vibranium shield can block and absorb energy of nearly all physical attacks. He has mastered its capabilities both offensively and defensively. RC rating. So, in my opinion, the MCU presents an excellent portrayal of a tough and stubborn man who hates bullies and always stands up for those who need protection, even if he puts himself in danger. He is both selfless and stubborn, which can often lead to him being unconsciously biased, much like in the Civil War conflict with Bucky Barnes and Tony. Cap never backs down. However, this is purely because he is determined to be a good man and do the right thing, as described by Dr. Erskine, even if sometimes he is not doing the right thing. Like in the comics, in the MCU, Steve has a lack of trust, and this is very clear to see. Steve doesn't trust people easily, and he will make snap judgments about someone's ethics, even if he doesn't know them or a certain situation well. He is quite a conflicted character, as he wants everyone to be happy, but this isn't always achievable, and he can escalate certain situations without necessity. But with all the above in context, let's reveal my RC rating. '83. He's a brilliant representation of a serious, stubborn and quietly emotional character from the comics. And I think Chris Evans, as the actor for Captain America, was a near perfect fit. So finally, before I reveal his overall rating, can I just ask, leave a comment down below with your ratings of each attribute, including what overall would you give Cap. Make sure you hit the like and the subscribe button down below if you have enjoyed this video. It provides excellent support to the channel and lets me know you are all enjoying the content. So without further ado, let's reveal his overall. 74. He is undoubtedly a great leader and a loyal friend, a key member of the Avengers, and often the glue that keeps the Avengers team together. Here you can see the final ratings and the final screen for base level Captain America. The next base level MCU character we shall cover is the Hulk. Be sure to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the upload. Follow the Instagram page to keep updated and participate in polls and much, much more. I'll see you all on the next one.